She just wrote, let me check again. Paola.
Okay,
no worries.
She's looking for the email.
We're live now, by the way. The back and forth is too good.
You gotta let me know that before you do that. Don't just do that. Let me know.
No, I do that. I do that.
No.
As the producer, I do that.
As the Hall of Fame, I shut down. No.
Oh my God.
No, your internet's been shutting down.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
has.
the issue is.
My internet is crazy. The laptop. I mean, not the laptop.
Yeah, you do got like a cord like in front of your in front of the camera there.
Yes. I'm all screwed up today.
I thought maybe you were wagging your tail or something on screen there.
She said she got nothing.
All right, I can forward again. Welcome to Table Talk, everybody. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Been like this since day one. At least we're live and we have fun. We're real with everybody.
We're consistent.
Yep.
I am Mo. Below me is the WWE Hall of Famer who, ego-wise, is above all of us. Devon, how are you?
Well, I mean, hell, you got to think about it. Helped still WrestleMania 2 years in a row. One half of the greatest tag team in the history of this business, and 24-time World Tag Team Champion. So my ego is way up here.
Well, good.
I could argue this.
If you ask,
it's really hard to tell.
If you ask certain people, they would say I was a narcissist.
Okay. Why we gotta go there? Why we gotta go there?
So much.
And I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Taylor.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's obvious.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I mean, you can still say I was a narcissist. Is that you hitting somebody's hitting something? I hear noise. Now it's
not
stopped.
me. I'm sorry.
It was Taylor. That's why she's being quiet.
I wasn't doing anything. I'm sitting here doing the same thing.
All right, so I re-forwarded to the email that I was given. If that still doesn't work, somebody else can tap in and do that. Taylor, thank you for booking our guest. Let's just hope we can actually get her on.
Yes, hopefully.
And how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm great. Dealing with this sick child, but
what's the Disney movie?
Talia.
Enchanted. Which is the one with the red hair, the long red curly hair?
Brave.
Brave, thank you.
Oh yeah.
That's what you kind
Oh
of
yeah,
like
I guess.
The Merida vibes, yeah.
And the one saving my reference here. Welcome back to the show, Lindsay. Everybody.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Shut up, Byron.
Shut up, Byron. I know you missed me.
Beth is saying Lindsay's here. Love her on the podcast. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Beth.
You were gone for a few weeks, I believe, getting the same surgery that Devon got. How's your back feeling?
I did. Oh, it feels great.
I
jumped up off the table. I felt like a new person.
I
don't know why Devon's taken so long to recover.
It took me a day. If you got what I got, ain't no way you jumped on no table.
Maybe it's because I'm younger than you.
It's true.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with fitness.
Fitness. Just kidding. Yeah.
Lindsay's not fit. Devon, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm saying muscle. What is it? Muscle memory retains quicker.
Yeah, I know, and I'm pretty muscular.
Oh.
And I got some fitness.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
That's right. You call me sir.
Excuse me, mister.
No, sir. I like sir.
Well, as we wait to see what's going on with our guest here, can I point out that I don't think I've seen a single episode of 90 Day Fiancé or the 16 spin-offs that it has.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, they have an abundance amount of different shows. Like Lindsay just told me about one that they have something foodie.
Yeah, it's I didn't write it down, but there's a foodie version of it. It's love and food or something like that. It's amazing. I mean, you have millions and millions of shows to watch. You can never get bored.
Yep. Devon loves it.
Yeah. 90 Day Fiancé just landed. 90 Day Fiancé self-quarantined.
Yep.
I did watch that one.
90 Day Diaries, 90 Day Bear Call, 90 Days The Other Way Strikes Back.
Yep.
Journey. The Single Life.
They've got Pillow Talk.
I'm actually trying to find the food one, but this list is so extensive.
Yeah. Listen, every Sunday night, 8 p.m.
Right. How many people are needing visas that
lot.
can be on reality TV shows. Like eventually, wouldn't you be running out of this?
Well, I
No.
mean, have you noticed what's been going on lately in the news? You know, Biden's just letting everybody in.
I know, but the way that shit's falling apart, shouldn't we all be trying to go that way?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I want to go to
We-
Europe or
we
something.
we should, but you just never know.
You know, every year the United States does like a lottery for citizenship for people. So like people can apply to win like citizenship for the United States. One of the girls from 90 Day Fiancé, actually, she was on there like on 90 Day Fiancé, but she has a sister who actually won the lottery. So when she moved to the US to be with her fiance, her sister lived here already. Mhm.
There you go. So have you watched like all of the seasons, Taylor? Because you're a big fan.
Yeah, I have.
All the seasons.
I have. I've gotten everybody. Yeah. Yeah. I've gotten everybody into watching it, including Devon.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm on gummies and all the
So you
other
don't remember me.
edibles.
But I bet you enjoy it.
I was gonna say,
Yes.
Yvonne, this is the time you can just be honest with us. Do you actually enjoy the show?
Oh, I'm being honest.
yeah. Yes, he does. He gets into it
Doesn't have
sometimes
a
if
choice.
I'm not even paying attention. You know, Devon's like, "What?" He said, "What?" Oh, well, she's in the wrong. Oh, well, blah blah blah. Like he does get into it. He likes it.
Do you guys like
drama.
Big Ed? That's that's the reason why I started
Listen.
watching it.
Big Ed is pretty funny, honestly, in my opinion.
I-
A lot of people don't like him. I felt really bad for him
I
for
felt
his
bad.
season.
And it made me cringe so much that I couldn't look away, and I had to keep watching to see.
This whole
Yeah.
conversation is cringing right now.
You're
Yeah.
cringy. Your face
But
is cringy.
look at him now, like he's engaged, you know, he has a really nice relationship.
Yeah, and she
all that
seems
stuff,
really
so-
normal and
Yeah.
sweet. So.
Yeah.
And
And he's from America.
And he still has no neck.
Devon, that's rude.
I'm like,
That's
talk
rude.
about it on the
Okay,
show.
guys,
I said he has no neck. Meanwhile, Lindsay down there is. And you don't say nothing to Lindsay.
Okay, maybe I need another break. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Okay, so
Mhm.
What's Daddy doing?
what is Daddy
What's Daddy
doing? Yeah.
doing?
Do
Okay.
we ever know?
Go lay down. Go lay down. You're supposed to be sick. I just told them you're sick. Go lay down.
What's Daddy?
Daddy's doing an interview. He's talking.
Oh, what he's talking?
Okay.
Bye.
Fucking nonsense.
Bye.
Tell me lies.
Are we
Just
gonna
tell me how
have
much
to
you
get
love
her
her.
own camera and link now so we have a fifth co-host?
Say,
I
Mom.
think so.
What's wrong?
Okay, in my defense, she is very sick. And
Oh
she
yeah, you
was
can tell.
asleep. she was asleep on the couch about an hour ago, and that's probably why she's not laying down now.
Daddy upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Can you go to the
Dad, I'm trying to do it from different locations. Like I'm like down the block somewhere. She just tells on me.
Can you like send her like as a messenger? And you just keep sending her back and forth betwixt the two of you?
I
this?
could. She would, Talia. Like if I said, "Oh, Talia, go tell Daddy this," or "Oh, go give Daddy this," she would go.
Yeah, like start
Mhm.
passing notes back and forth or something.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, she would go.
tire her out.
If someone would find our guests.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
I re-forwarded the email that was given to me. So
Call, somebody text her or something.
Okay, I'll be back.
yeah, all
Okay.
right.
She's got this. She's got this.
We're not going to bring her back on, are we?
Oh, look at
No.
us. It's
That's
three
that's
OGs.
She's back.
And she is back.
She's still on via audio, so this way
Oh,
we can't, we can't
okay.
kick her off.
Okay. No.
That's all
I'm
right.
glad she's on here.
While
Another girl.
we wait for our guest, happy May the 4th to all of you guys. Devon, are you a Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I think we touched base on this before. I mean, I'm not a Star Wars fan where I'm going to dress up like Chewbacca or a Stormtrooper
Man.
or Vader. I walked into
So boring.
Walgreens to get something. No, that ain't boring. That's just being real. I mean,
Whatever.
these people are crazy. I get it. No,
Yeah,
Star Wars shirt on.
Look who I have all over.
no.
Oh, I didn't even know
I walked
that.
I walked into Walgreens and I thought this was a customer. I had no idea it was someone that worked there. She had the little, I don't even know what you call it, ears. She had.
So you talking like the Yoda ears?
I don't even know. They didn't even look like Yoda ears. They just were ears, and then they had Star Wars shirt, and then she was wearing a long bathrobe, and then she had like Yoda's
Did
shoes.
you walk into somebody's shower, Devon?
Do you think that was just her normal bedroom attire, and you just thought
You
she
just
was
walked
dressing
into
up
the
for
wrong
Star
house?
Wars Day?
No, this was
In the wrong
Walgreens.
house.
This
You
was,
sure it was
yeah,
Walgreens?
Sure, Walgreens.
Were you on some gummies?
Jessica Walgreens' house.
I don't take gummies when I go out.
But do you not know what you do after you
Did
take
you take one before this show today?
Actually, no, I didn't. I should have though.
I thought about it too.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Yeah, my daughter is my youngest daughter is wild and crazy. She went into the the cabinet with all,
And ate the gummies.
all the no, with all the no, don't do that.
I'm just joking.
Because then you got DCF knocking on my door.
It's a joke.
No, but she opens up the cabinet and grabs this long vase. And when she gets mad, she throws things. And she's done this before with glass. And this was a beautiful vase that we have. And she picked it up and I saw it from a distance. And my son, my 14-year-old son, came out of his room. I said, easy, nice and easy, approach her. Don't scare her. Nice and easy. Just tiptoe up to her. And right when he got close, that's when she went, no, I went to go throw it. He caught it.
Oh my god.
He caught it. Thank God. It would have been glass everywhere.
Oh,
That's
what I do when I get upset too. I just throw glass.
I just assume that's a Dudley tray too. You just break things.
That must be it.
Tables would be that.
Next generation though, you gotta switch it up, you know.
Vase.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Talia, get the vase.
Get the vase.
Oh, no. Yeah. All right,
It just
so
gets it on
Devon's not much of a Star Wars guy.
No, I am. I am. I'm just not one to dress up.
Won't dress up. Why
No,
not? Are you afraid that's gonna like hinder your masculinity?
Wrong with dressing up.
No, but
I
I
dressed
mean,
up.
no, but I'm not gonna listen. I enjoy things. I like to watch movies like Star Wars, things like that. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy a costume that's like $15,000 and dress up like a stormtrooper.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy.
That's nuts. But there are people, when I was doing the Comic-Cons and, they would come up to the table and I thought, it was great. They look great. They look like the real thing on TV. But I sat there and I asked them, I said, how much does something like this cost? And they were like anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000. And I'm like, wait a minute. You paid $10,000 to $15,000 for this stuff? Are you serious?
Was it like an original, or that's a lot?
It's got to be screen used or something. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like 1,500.
But I thought maybe they were exaggerating or something. I went to somebody else and asked the same thing because I see there's a bunch of them walking around, in the Star Wars gimmicks.
Did you wander on a Star Wars set? Because that's the only thing I can think of for that many people spending that much money.
Makes sense.
No, Lindsay will tell you she was there.
I was there, but I didn't ask him.
I asked them, and
I
it was
didn't
a couple
hear
of, and the one lady, remember the lady with her husband? The husband was Chewbacca. She was a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
she was the one she was the second one that told me.
She was trying to.
She
trying to impress you.
Well, she told me she spent $10,000 to $15,000 on a stormtrooper
It's
thing.
just being like, oh look, I made him money. I can impress Devon.
No, her husband had the
Probably,
money.
Yeah.
Her husband
Or
had the
that.
money.
That's true. He's
Yeah.
probably like, do you need more?
Yeah, no, I ain't messing around with nobody's husband.
All right. Hypothetical, Devon. If you could get a free costume of any Star Wars character, who would you choose?
Vader.
Vader. Okay.
And I think Vader is probably one of the greatest villains of all time.
You're so funny.
I think it is. I really do. I think it's one of the greatest villains of all time, and it's one of those things where I think he'll go down in history as being one of the greatest villains of all time.
He's one of the most recognizable characters of all time.
Absolutely.
I believe that, yeah.
And it's just one of those things. Everybody wants to be Vader, it seems like. Or everybody, tries to do the voice of Vader or what have you. Yeah, exactly.
You just stand in front of a fan and you can do it. It's so easy.
Yeah.
I've
Although,
never seen Star Wars.
I thought you'd want to be Lando, Devon.
Lando. Now, I'll get
Billy D. Williams.
Oh,
Say,
yeah.
let's Google that real quick.
Williams.
Listen, Billy D. Williams was great in the 70s and 80s. He was the Denzel Washington of the '90s, and now forget about it. His time is come and gone, like so many others.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's a Hall of Fame actor. You're a Hall of Fame wrestler. To me, it makes sense.
Don't you guys know each other?
I had no idea. Wait, I had no idea that he was in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know if there is an acting Hall of Fame. There probably is, but
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was just trying to compare you to another old guy. That's all.
Well, here's the deal. I'm glad to be the age I am because most of my friends didn't make it.
Oh, why
Yeah,
gotta
so-
That
make
was
it
kind
sad
of
now?
sad.
Wow, why do you
yeah.
gotta turn it like that?
See,
Everybody's
I
gonna be
turned
like,
it into
oh.
a joke. I turned it into real life.
Most of my friends didn't make it to this age.
God, all my
so here
friends
I
are
am.
dead. Thanks for that.
Mhm.
Mommy, Mama.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Oh my god.
Thanks a lot, Devon.
Thanks for that. Well, now I'm sad and
Yeah.
depressed. So thanks, Stephen.
And Taylor, are you a Star Wars fan?
No,
I've
she's never seen the movie.
Star Wars. No, I've
not
never
a
seen
single
it.
one.
I've seen obviously I've seen pieces of it because he watches them every time they're on. But I've never sat through 10-hour Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Are they 10 hours long?
They're like 4 hours.
If you do
long.
the trilogy or any
Oh,
trilogy,
right.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
babysitting a long time ago, obviously, and watching Star Wars, and I didn't know the kid wasn't in the room anymore.
Yeah, nice.
I was like,
Nice.
oh,
did the
okay.
kid go missing? I mean, in general, like,
I've
walk the
never
house and-
seen him again, but I think he was just in the bed. But anyway, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Mm.
Well, I messaged our guest guys, and I sent her the link itself, so she didn't get the email. So
Oh.
hopefully she'll see that. Oh,
He's here.
yes.
Oh my gosh!
Taylor,
Hi.
I was gonna say this. I was gonna say this to you. I almost got a little nervous because I thought I was going to put you through a table.
Oh my goodness.
I thought I was going to see you and have to slam you through a table. I didn't want to do that.
Oh my gosh!
Well, coming from you, okay, I will let you do that. Okay, I won't get mad about that.
I think
Well,
that's already
welcome,
fine.
Paola. Thanks for bearing with us and all our messages and everything to get to you. And
Yes.
first and foremost, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Super, super good. Thank you.
Now,
And
Paola,
thank
I
you
have
for
to,
having me. Thank you
oh
for
no,
having me.
thank you for coming on. Now, Paola, I got to ask you a question. I saw my wife Taylor showed me a picture or a video of you on the 90 Day Fiancé, and I saw you with blonde hair. What made you go from blonde hair to black hair?
You don't really watch 90 Day Fiancé, do you? Sorry.
So that's part of my personality. I've been doing 90 Day Fiancé for, well, right now we're getting into 9 years. I'm still part of TLC. And like all of the seasons that I have done for Happily Ever After, I go from black hair, brunette, red, yellow, pink. So I don't know. I just love changes. I love changes.
Yeah, because I had never seen the episode that you were on, so I told my wife, I said, listen, you got to give me the episode. I got to see it before she comes on. So she
I
showed
want
me
to
a
see
little bit
which
of
one
it.
was that one.
This was the one where you guys went from the hotel to the RV.
That was on your YouTube. It wasn't
YouTube,
on
yeah.
90 Days.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
it
I
was
was
on
like, oh, that episode hasn't aired yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but oh yeah, YouTube. I try to use my YouTube to update people, but to be honest, it requires a lot, and it's not for everyone. And I just
Yeah.
leave it to TLC to give the update to the fans.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Now,
great.
when you're on the show and you tell TLC, oh, hey, by the way, I'm also a pro wrestler. Like, how do they react to this?
So I got invited to do. It just TLC have so many channels, but as soon as they found out about it, of course they wanted me to bring it to do a. They have this show called Bears All, where you tell like everything. So they brought me there. We had like I have to show a little bit of what I do, and they give us. They call it a ring, and it was literally like this big mat, and they keep calling it a ring. So we did with Layla Gray, we did a little match of 2 minutes, and we did some bumping and stuff, and like they were like crazy. Like they know that I always try to do different things, but this is definitely like it surprised them a lot. but I think I surprised more the viewers than TLC actually.
All right, now there's a question I got to ask you. What made you want to get into pro wrestling, and who did you look up to in the business?
Okay, so yeah, I grew up in Colombia, so wrestling is not something that you hear or like you're familiar with. So when I was in Colombia, but after living in the U.S., this movie, Fighting with My Family, with The Rock and Paige.
Yep.
So I watched this movie, and of course, I have done so many things. I have done from designer, like shoe designer, to modeling, to the TV star. But there is always like missing. And when she got into the ring, when she's doing this tryout, that she said that how she feels when she gets into the ring, and I'm like, I want to feel like that. I want to feel that I can do anything I want in the ring. And sure, look, I immediately, after I finished that movie, I called my agent, I called my manager, and I told her, please find me a school because I want to try this and I want to see if I can do this because this looks amazing. And I don't care like if I have to flip, jump, or like do anything, I want to do it.
That's
All right,
so cool.
I have a. You tell your agent. Well, where do you going to school?
To
Where's your school at?
Oh, well, to be honest, I went from a school that probably nobody knows to recently with Loki. I haven't had like luck with the schools that I have worked with because there is so much drama that I just prefer, if I'm not getting paid for that drama, I'm out.
That's great.
Here's where I have the problem with your agents, and you tell them I said this, is that they should have picked Devon Dudley Academy, sent you to me in Winter Park, Florida, which is right down the block from the PC Center. 3 minutes.
I'm still looking for like I just moved. I was in Orlando and I thought that I had the school, but then I got a situation and I was like, I'm out of here and I'm back to Miami, but I'm still looking for a school. And I didn't know you have a school. Like until I went and I stalked your page.
Devon, you need to talk to your advertising team.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. As many people as we got in there, we're pushing them out and pushing new people in. So the word is getting out, but rather I do hear that sometimes about people not knowing that we had the school. But Bubba and I, who are separated now because Bubba's in Connecticut running a school because he moved out of Florida and moved to Connecticut. And now I took over the school here in Florida. So at one point we were in Kissimmee. And then we left Kissimmee and went to Winter Park. So we're right in Winter Park. So whenever you're ready, you come on down.
Yeah, right, like on Sunday, I'm going to San Antonio, Texas, which I have never been there, but Jazz and her husband offered me to train me, and I'm going to be there for 1 week to train with them before my match on the 14th in Dallas. So I'm very excited. Like I like to learn from different people because everybody has their own style, and I feel like it's nothing wrong with actually learning from like people that have made such a great job in the wrestling industry. So that's awesome.
Well, please give my best to Jazz and Rodney. They are excellent. They were excellent people. Spent many years with them in WWE and ECW. So my hat's off to them. Jazz was a hell of a worker. When she was with us in WWE. She was an ass kicker, I'll tell you that much. She kicked a lot of ass.
They said that she's going to kick my butt in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward for that. I like to be good.
She throws a hell of a right hand.
This is the only profession that goes, oh, yeah, she's going to kick my ass. And she says it while giggling and has a big smile on her face. Like, the only profession that's happened.
I'm kind of nervous, but at the same time, it's just, I really like this. And I want to be able to learn without having so much drama from the people that I'm working with. I know the drama is just part of like life, but when you're going to train, it's training, and you should be focused only in training, and that's all that matters at that point. So I'm very excited for this.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I hate is, like you said, the drama. Number one, here's what I say to this, and I've said this before on the show. When you have someone who's never been anywhere, who's never done anything, and then all of a sudden they open up a wrestling school and they call themselves a teacher. Well, how do you teach when you don't know how to get to where you wanted to be? If your goal was WWE, if your goal was TNA or AEW, and you've never been, but yet you can open up a school and tell somebody how to do it, how is that? And the bottom line with that also is they don't know how to teach etiquette in and out of the ring. That's the problem too. You have a lot of guys that go to these schools that learn these little moves or what have you, but then don't know how to act outside of the ring. And that's one of the biggest problems today with the youth and pro wrestlers. They just don't know how to act.
And it's like people like, I have met some of those people that you are pointing out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like, I'm not an expert into reading people, but like kind of I can read some BS. And it's funny because they want so much, but they don't give anything. And it's ridiculous. Like they think they know, but
they don't. They can't tell you. They've never been anywhere to be able to tell you how to act inside and outside of the ring, but yet they can open up a school and do that. This is why so many people are brought up in the business the wrong way. And the funny thing about it is I was at NXT last night and watched it, which, by the way, was a tremendous show last night from top to bottom, from the opening match to the closing of the match. And me and one of the officials, we were talking about that and how there are so many guys that open up wrestling schools that don't know what they're doing. And these kids are lost. So they come out of there thinking they're going to be the next Rock or the next John Cena. And meanwhile, they're probably one of the biggest enhancement people that you've ever seen. Not that there's anything wrong with being an enhancement talent, but I'm sure your goal is to be one of the top people. And again, if you're being trained by somebody who's a nobody, then there's where your career going to go.
Yeah, that's true. I came across, I came across this so many people, like maybe 2 or 3 schools, and I was about to quit. Even before I did my debut. I was like ready to be done with this. Like I was, I can't believe that I cannot even go and train without being stopped in the middle of the door and like, you gotta promote. And I'm like, nobody knows that I'm doing wrestling, so I can promote it. I'm sorry. And then like every day, I don't understand why. And it's like, it's nothing personal. It's nothing that I don't want to help the school. But if nobody knows that I'm doing this, that doesn't make any sense. And and I was like my eyes was watering, and I'm like, I just want to train and I just want to learn, please. That's it. Mm-hmm. And I last like 2 or 3 classes in that school, and I'm like, I'm out. And then they were so upset with me because I have to go back to my old school, which, like you said, open schools, and they sometimes don't know. And it was it's been like it's good people, but when you're trying to build a career and you're trying to have a business out of this, I don't know. You have to separate. Yeah, they're nice people, but they don't know how to do this.
Right, and that's the problem nowadays. And we've talked about that on this show many times. And it's just that it's a never-ending story. I hear it all the time from not only you but other people as well. We've got other people that have left other wrestling schools and have come to me and told me the same exact thing that you've said. And it's incredible how these people still survive as long as they have, and no one has put them out of business yet.
I feel like also that like they're surviving is because they're focused more on creating shows outside, the shows that they do probably on the weekends, and they have these students that they want to expose themselves, and they don't get paid for it, and because they're in the school. So I feel like it's just, I don't know, like trying to take advantage of certain people, and I don't appreciate that because I don't think they deserve it. The students deserve that, but I've seen more than that focus on creating and doing shows and for them to make money, because the school is not actually making enough to bring a better teacher, or like, I don't know. Because I've noticed that like it's always the same students and their shows and nothing else. It's always the same, and it's sad because there are a lot of talent, but not everybody knows better. And I feel that these people who want like the roster want to grow and to get big, they just want the opportunity, and sometimes they don't know that they're being taken advantage of.
Well, I gotta say this, and I'll have Mo ask some questions because I can ask all day, but. me and Taylor was at a show that you were supposed to be at last week, and you did a great job in not showing up. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
What?
Oh my God,
did
that's
Wow,
a great
Devon.
job without showing up.
Damn,
Yeah.
It was probably one of the most god awful shows I think I've ever seen.
Because she wasn't there, right?
Well,
That's what
I
you're
mean,
getting
No,
at.
no,
That's what
that's
you're
not
getting
it. That's not it. I'm saying that because of the fact that none of the talent, I mean, they should not have been in a wrestling ring themselves. You know, it should not have been in a wrestling ring. And, you know, it was just god awful from top to bottom, except for, was it Vampiro?
No.
No, I forgot. It was one of the WCW guys that I knew that wrestled there, and he actually did very well. Of course, he still got it, but he was the only one. No, he was the only one that was decent on the card. And I mean, again,
yeah,
you did very good.
To be honest, I feel like for me it was a tough decision to make, but sometimes you gotta think about like to protect myself and that's what I'm saying. I don't need to be part of that drama. And even I heard about like some things that they were saying about me and what they were planning on doing. And I'm like, no, I like the thing is like there are many people and many wrestlers that when I've been on shows that they don't show up and it's not the end of the world. Like things happen but in that case, to be honest, I didn't feel comfortable. Even though I love working for that company because they have been great to me, but that side of what I was going to get into, I said, no, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be selfish and I'm going to protect myself because I don't need to be driving 3 hours and going there and not knowing what's going to happen because of the reaction that you're probably saw and noticed that day. And it's just like, it's not, I don't know, it was terrible. Like I wasn't expecting even what I heard after. But I'm like, you know what? I'm so used to people hating on me that are like, oops, take a turn.
I mean, like I said, I'm not downing any of the talent that was there, but a lot of them should not have been in the ring yet.
No.
And here's the problem. A lot of people leave wrestling schools way before it's time. And that's the problem. They leave the wrestling schools and they have no knowledge on how to run a business or how to run a company. And that's the problem. That's the issue.
And there is a lot of potential, but I don't know. I feel like it just, if they were to focus more into like what is best instead of like how much money, I think like that would be better because the money will come along when you actually giving a great show. But I didn't know that you were going to be there.
Yeah, I thought I was actually going to meet you. And then when I saw the opening bout, I was like, oh God.
It was just rough, and like
Oh my
you could
God.
tell some of
Was it
them
cringy?
just needed more training. You know, they just needed to still be training, and they weren't trained properly.
And some of them came to me and asked me, they said, so what do you think of my match?
Yeah.
I just went,
Oh,
I went, you want the truth?
Oh,
And
no.
they were like, well, yeah, we want to do it. I go, it was god awful.
Oh, no.
I said, I'm sorry, it was god awful. I was like, you need to go back to wrestling school. Seriously, it was that bad. But again, if someone's telling you that you need to go back to wrestling school, then go back and learn. Learn your craft.
You should be learning. You should be always in the freaking ring learning, soaking in all the information. And you know what I heard from the people? I had a match before one of the big events, and I'm the green one of they said I'm the green one. I've been doing this for such a short time, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't get offended by it. But when you hear these people who are in the ring with you calling you that you are the green one, when all the people from outside, when they watched the match, they were like, "Wait, is she the green one or the other one?"
Oh.
And I'm like, well, that's like it. Okay, that makes me feel great because I do my best. I always give my 100% in the ring, and when I receive some advice or like some critiques, I take it and I learn it, and I'm like, okay, good. And I watch my matches, and I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do better. And of course, there are things that is going to take time because I feel like I'm still, I feel like my little struggle, my little or maybe big, struggle is like I get I doubt of myself because I want to give a really good match. and I want to make my opponent to look awesome as well. And like, and then I just like, oh, I want to go and do this, and I forget that I need to focus on like my character and who I am in the ring, and let myself relax and I just take my time. But I feel like I'm getting there, and as I go, I feel like I'm getting better, I would say. I say, what do you think? You have seen my matches?
I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it, and that's why I would love to see one of your matches. I was hoping to see one that day.
Yeah,
again,
no,
I
I'm
mean, you
glad.
weren't
Like that
there.
wouldn't be a good one because, to be honest, like I had a match before, even before the one I just told you,
Right.
and the thing is like because I feel like I'm the new one. People want to have fully control of what's happening, and I don't get to give my 2 cents, and I just like let them because I think that it's just the right thing to do. But I'm learning not to let people manipulate the situation completely, and I have a voice because I did a match and I was like, hey, wait, that doesn't look like the things that I do, and even the promoters like, hey, that doesn't look like you, like, and I'm like, yeah, because these people were having the full control of it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my best to be me and to make it look good, but it's just sometimes it's hard, but I won't be working with them anymore.
Well,
That's for sure.
listen, I tell you what, you'll be there with Jazz and Rodney, and again, they will definitely steer you in the right direction. And when you're done there, come to Winter Park, and I'll take you in the other direction.
Definitely, I'm gonna be there for 1 week, and I'm coming back to look for training
All
because
right.
I'm
Well,
always
Awesome.
hungry for more.
good.
Always hungry for
Very
more.
good. I can't wait to have you. And
Thank
And
you.
and speaking of different directions, I know the ladies, our female hosts, are excited about the reality TV part of your resume. So, Lindsay or
Yes.
Taylor, if you guys have any
Yes.
questions you want to ask about the reality show, please.
Okay, so I took some notes, just writing
Okay.
things down when I knew you were going to be on here. I was so excited. First of all,
Yay.
hey, I'm a really big fan. Okay, so my what? Who said that? Anyway,
Come on.
I wrote down here is that I loved you on 90 Days. You are so goal oriented, confident in what you want. So I think you are an inspiration, and you really have gone for what you want. I feel like in the show you did in the 90 Days, you wanted to go to Miami and be a model, and you did it. And you gained the support of your husband, and you did it. Like, it's just very. So as I can go on and on about that.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Absolutely. So I have a couple questions, but my one that's still related to wrestling, as far as fans. I mean, I know you've been doing the 90 Days franchise longer than wrestling, but as far as like individual fans, do you think that the 90 Day fans are like wrestler? I've noticed that wrestling fans are very loyal, and they, for the most part, and passionate. And then the 90 Days
There you go.
for so long that that you have like your diehard 90 Day fans. So do you feel like your 90 Day fans versus your wrestling fans? Which one do you think are like, what are your favorite?
Crazier.
Crazy. What's the crazier fan?
Oh, well, I just post a picture. Like the funny thing, I just post a picture of my butt.
Yeah.
To say that way.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe it. I've been doing this for so long, but I still I feel like the TLC, the women who watches the show, well, the majority of the people who watches 90 Day Fiancé are like women. Probably like the 80-90% are women, right? But in the wrestling, it's more like males.
Sure. Okay. All right.
But I've been I've been changing but there are people who have supported me. Like I started the show in 2013 when I moved to Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been there with me since the beginning, and they have seen my progress, and they're like, hey, oh, she's doing wrestling. They feel like happy for me that I, like what you said, I go and do whatever I feel like it's right for me. But I've been noticing, like, I've been getting fans from the wrestling world, and like more guys and more like comments, like different comments, compared to the fans from 90 Day Fiancé. But no, I love my 90 Day Fiancé fans forever. They have been supporting me since day one, even my haters, because they're there. As soon as I post and as soon as I post a picture like that, they just like whoop, jump up like, ew, you are a terrible mother. And I'm like, sure. Okay.
Oh no. Whatever you think. Anyway.
let me jump in with a fan question here, just because we had mentioned it a moment ago. What was it like moving from Colombia to Oklahoma?
Wow, that had to be a culture shock.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. It was, look, I didn't know. I only knew like, oh, you know what? I want to go to Las Vegas and I want to gamble. And I was like, and my husband never told me about Oklahoma. Never told me that it was like a biblical state. His parents were that conservative.
Mhm.
His whole family and even the people in there. So when I went to Oklahoma, of course, still me. I feel like it's not about showing like your body in a provocative way. It's more like I feel comfortable showing my cleavage, and of course, I'm not gonna walk with a bikini in the streets, but feel confident. And then for that, like there was one thing that happened that it blew my mind. I was walking with my mother-in-law on a supermarket, and there is like these teenagers. And it wasn't too much; it's just a little cleavage in there. And she just looked at me because the kids or the teenagers were looking at me, and she's like, "They're not looking at you because you look great. They're looking at you because they are not used to that." And I'm like,
hello, mom. Hello, mother-in-law. This is America, number one.
First of all, they're teenagers, so they're gonna look.
Yeah, and regardless to, even though I used to always say this, like other countries are very, very good with sexuality. In other words, like you said, the little slit in the bed wasn't too much. And in other countries, that's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You guys have Playboy. We don't have Playboy in Colombia, so you guys I'm saying you guys like America, right?
Right.
To be like so shocked about someone feeling confident and like wearing a bikini, like a thong. Brazilians are more open, more relaxed than Colombian, but I feel like it's just like even my son, the people like, what your son is going through. I'm reading all the comments. I'm reading all the comments right now from my last post because it's very ridiculous. Like what my son is gonna think. No, my son's gonna grow up with my mindset, not my mindset, but like with that open-minded, right? That a body's just a body, right? Unless I'm actually like open my legs and like being so like, I don't know. It's just there's levels.
Right.
And like I walk like that with my son. I barely wear clothes in my house, like my underwear. My son is little, but I grew up like that in my house. Like, of course, my mom, not so much, but my siblings, like my siblings just walk like with teeny tiny shorts and it's okay because the more you cover yourself, the more the kids are going to want to look at it.
That's true.
They need to see it in a normal way, unless you're actually watching porn or something like that. But a body is beautiful to admire, and not like. And the people say that it's like sexualizing. No, I feel like the mindset of them. That's how they're sexualizing an image instead of seeing like I work out, I train, I have a baby, and I still look like that. I'm 34. So it's more than just the picture. It's feeling comfortable and proud about how you look. But it's just women, they probably are frustrated because they cannot do it. And I'm sorry.
What I hear there is Devon, take it off.
Devon.
I was like,
Remember that one time you showed us? Yeah, you do it again.
Yeah, come on, Devon.
You showed what?
You showed what?
He took his shirt off. No, he took his shirt off.
You took your shirt off on the
for that. Like, look, this is the thing also. Like, guys can just be comfortable and posting pictures showing their nipples.
Right.
But we as women, of course, because we are more prude or try not to do it. But like, why? And they can just pose sexy and wear these gray pants.
The gray
sweatpants. You can see everything, and they're fine. But the women were to do something like that. Oh my gosh,
that's the end of the bra on. Oh yeah.
Well, any of you ladies are welcome to be topless on this show. I think on behalf of Devon, when I say, feel free, feel comfortable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's one of those things. I remember, going over to the UK for the first time, going over with WWE, and going through the airports of the UK. I think we were was it Nottingham? Whatever that major airport is in the UK. And as I'm walking by one of the stores, there's the magazine section. And, women with their boobs out and all of that. And I'm just like, what the hell? Wait a minute. And, here in the US, they put the thing over it, so you don't see it. But over in these different countries, they don't do that. They're like like you said, they're very open with that. And it was only until I started going to other countries where I realized that we in America are freaking like old farts because oh my God, don't do that, don't show that. Really? I mean, and other countries are, they don't care. Like you said, if you hide it and try to make it seem like something than what it is, then yes, the people are going to be like, I want to see it, I want to see it. But if you're just open to it, then and let it go, then people are just like, okay, whatever, no big deal.
Exactly.
It's like there are limits, there are limits. Like I hate wearing a bra. I hate it. I feel so like can't breathe.
Well, I do too. I hate it too. Just so
I wish you would wear one, Devon, though. Gosh.
But it's so natural. Why do we need to just like? And the fact is, like, we as women, we don't need to be worried about the man's thoughts, because at the end is that why as women we can actually control our thoughts and control ourselves, and not going like to a guy. Oh, I like how this sounds like. We don't do. We have control. Like, we talk about equality, but sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. The equality in that.
Right. No, that's so true.
All right. Well, getting off the subject of nudity, how the crossing over from 90 Day Fiancé to the wrestling world? Do you see a lot of your fans crossing over with you from 90 Day Fiancé to follow you over into the wrestling world?
Yes. I get messages like, because of you, I become a wrestling fan, and they ask me questions. And even when I post something that like I did, they just get like a promo or something like, oh, you don't need to do that. I'm like, I have to try to explain them. But to be honest, yes, there are people who left, but I don't care because that's normal. But they have been there, and they watch it, and they tell me that they watched the match, and like it's gonna take time. I try not to post match, but of course I just did my debut on May 14 last year. Oh, my anniversary is coming soon.
It is coming up.
Yes. Oh, but yes, they love it. And I've been filming recently a show, and I'm gonna be posting more of that because it's different, Like TLC is more about like this drama and some weird stuff, but like this is,
That's for sure.
this is different, and I feel like people are moving to that.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Some of the drama that we see on the show, is it written for you guys, or you guys actually is this drama actually natural? Because I know a lot of reality shows, they write the drama for the people just so that it makes interesting TV. Is it the same with you and with 90 Day Fiancé? Do they do that with you guys?
Okay, this is the thing. We started this show in 2013. The first season, we have done like the beginning. That's why we call ourselves the OGs. So that it's not about the network actually like putting this fake things. Sometimes I have noticed, because I watch sometimes these new couples and see how they do, and I can read, I kind of can read when you're being genuine and being honest, and your story is legit, and I can see others just chasing for fame, because the show when we started, it was nobody knew about it, and because of like me, they called me the gold digger. They just like brought attention and haters and all that stuff. And so it's just like people trying to copy paste sometimes what the others that have been successful. But I have to tell you the reason why my husband and I have been successful on the network, and we have been one of the favorite couples, is because the things that have happened in the show has been very legit. Nothing has been like, oh, the show put it in there, you fake it. No, because I feel like I have so many people that related with my story and the things that I went through on the show that are very hard. And even like what I filmed recently was very hard to do. And I'm just like, my gosh, because it's real life. And that's why I do it, because even though the outcome can be good or bad from the viewer side, because they're coming the attack. But it's just like I feel like it's showing myself in real, like how people go through so much situations. I try to keep it as real as possible. Of course, the only fake thing that you will think is when you have to recreate certain scenes that happen when the cameras were not rolling and the people wanted to know. But that's the thing. But once you get to to talk about it, and like to put the scene on camera, you get to live that experience again, and you get very intense at it. And but like, to be honest, it's not about the network. It's about more about the couples who fake certain things to be more popular, or they do it on social media too. Like they try to create outside drama that I'm like, just don't get these people, like amateurs.
Oh, there you go.
I do it with Taylor all the time.
You fake things to get a reaction?
I do it with Taylor all the time. I make sure because if I don't lead the pack, she'll be lost.
Oh my God.
Really?
So.
Oh my God, Taylor, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Deal with it daily.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're such a strong person.
We're in our final stretch here. Got to let our guests go here in a moment, but I don't want to take any more time away from Lindsay or Taylor. If you guys have more questions that you'd like to ask.
I guess for me, when we were watching your YouTube video and stuff about you guys living in the RV and stuff. Do you guys still live in the RV? Are you traveling or?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm done.
You are.
Yeah.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to travel more, but the work situation of my husband and like the things that I've been traveling more often. So I don't have more space to put more things in here.
Yeah.
So we're looking for a house right now, and my son needs a bigger space, and I'm done like to be on the road. Like I love it. I'm not gonna sell my RV. I'm gonna keep it, but I am going to the house soon because the traveling is done.
Yeah, awesome. How old's your son?
3 years old.
He's 3 now. Oh, sweet.
Oh, those little babies.
Yes, it is.
He's hyper, I'm sure, in the RV.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
We try to entertain him as much as possible, but no, it's too small for him right at this point.
Oh, we know exactly what
we
you're
have a
going through.
3-year-old
We have
and a 2-year-old.
And that 2-year-old is more dangerous than the 3-year-old.
Oh my God, it is a lot to take.
Yes.
Oh, they have so much energy, but you know what? It's an amazing experience, and I wouldn't change that for anything in the world.
Yes.
I agree with you 100% until they start breaking shit. And when they start throwing glass and that's when we have the problem.
Our 2-year-old is feisty. She gets mad. If you tell her no, don't do that, she'll literally just grab something, whatever's near her, and just throw it and just look at you like I threw it.
Oh my God.
Paola, you know what the greatest thing is? When these situations happen with the 2-year-old, especially in front of her family, I always get, that was Taylor. That was Taylor back then. That was Taylor. And I'm like, yes, it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. Yes,
you're the wrestler.
Yes, her own family calls her out on it.
Yeah, they do.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good.
Like what you said with your siblings. Our 2-year-old can't stand clothes. She walks around, rips her diaper off, rips her pants off at the drop of a dime. So we got to put the snappies on her so she don't pull it off. That's the only way she can keep her clothes on. And her parents come over to the house. That was Taylor. That was Taylor.
Oh my God.
She run around the house. That was Taylor. I was like, yeah, because I know it wasn't me.
Are you sure?
No, it was me. It was me.
I was like, no, I admit it.
It was me. They have so many photos of me. Like, they took me to a store with just a pair of shorts on one time. And I was like, why would you take me outside like that? Take me to the store. I was like 4. And my mom was just like, you refuse to wear clothes. It was a whole fight to wear clothes. So if I had to go somewhere and you were arguing, you're going with no clothes. It's fine. So.
Like the 3-year-old runs outside.
So that's why,
Oh, good God.
And my son have to go, like right now, my husband took him to the store. He loves shopping. So it's like, I can't have him next to me right now because he's going to be like in here, like, hi.
Oh, yeah, we know that feeling. We got our 3-year-old that does it right before you
she popped up. She popped up for a second.
I was like, but is daddy or something?
Yes, that was her.
I heard her.
Yes. Like she came on right before you came on, and she was like, Daddy, why are you upstairs? I'm like, well,
she'll get right in the camera too.
I can't even play it off. My wife's in the bedroom. I'm upstairs. I'm trying to make it look like we're in different, like I'm in like another, area somewhere, like outside the house, and she's in the house. Meanwhile, my daughter blows the whistle. Daddy, why are you upstairs? I'm like, damn it, kid, shut up.
That's nice that you guys work together. I just realized, well, not just right now, but I just realized during this interview that you guys work together, and that's so cool. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
we just started it, and I mean, again, I've been doing this for 30 years, and to have her by my side, especially doing this, has probably been one of the greatest things in the world. And we act,
Aw.
we do like we constantly get on each other, we constantly make fun of each other, and we bring that on the camera. We do it here,
Right.
and Mo
That's
instigates it
cool.
all the time.
Yes.
Mo
And
instigates
And I
it
just sit
all
here
the
all
time.
innocent. I'm just innocent. I just sit here.
Ain't nothing
All I
innocent
do.
about you, Lindsay.
What?
Ain't nothing innocent about
Oh, what are
you.
you talking about? I do have a couple questions to end out because I know we got to let you go. But tell us about your fitness website, fitness coach, right?
Yes.
And you recently became a nutrition coach, correct?
Yes. So, well, that was about like 2 years ago. I became an personal
all
trainer
blend
and
together.
nutrition coach.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I love it. I actually I've been doing it for like a while ago. I'm going to be launching my fitness app. I'm adding more content to that because I feel like I've been a little busy, so I don't have time to do one-on-one. And because I'm on the RV, the internet sucks. So I cannot do like live sessions that I used to do with a lot of like people that they will go to the Zoom. I did it like more intense when it was the COVID or everybody was in lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm bringing this to launching my fitness app because I still I just want to focus on wrestling. It requires so much training and so much like traveling, but also I don't want to forget that I love helping other people because I feel like I also became this influencer and this fitness influencer that I just don't want to leave that on the side because I love helping and even more when people just believe in me that I can help them. So yes, I keep pushing very hard for that. Even though my clients are more like, because I'm vegan, so it's limited. Not everybody likes the vegan stuff, but I love it. You do?
I love it.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
I do. I love it. If I go to a restaurant, me and my wife, if we go to a restaurant and there's vegan food, I'd rather get the vegan food.
We'll send a recipe.
Yes, it's awesome. Once in a while, it's okay. And I just feel like we shouldn't call it vegan just because it doesn't have a piece of meat. It's just a variation. It's just to change what you eat normally.
Mm-hmm. And I don't feel bloated. That's one of the biggest things. So
that's what we say. We're never bloated, except when you eat a full bowl of chipotle. That's when you get bloated.
Oh boy! And I was just telling my wife the other day. I was like, I want some Chipotle because they make it so advertising on TV. So advertising. I know. I
don't mind getting bloated. Give me some Chipotle.
I mean, if I like cheese, so I'll get bloated for cheese. Anyway.
That's great. Well, Paola, look, we gotta let you go, but it's been so much fun. We hope to have you back on the show.
Of course. Thank you so much.
So much success to you in your wrestling career. And again, I'm right in Winter Park. If you ever need my advice or want to come to the school, please, by all means, reach out to me. You have our number. Let us know. And we'll be more than happy to have you down. Now, where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find me as Paola Mayfield. And also as Paola Blaze. So on YouTube, Instagram, Paola Mayfield. I'm the only one, Paola Mayfield. And yes, anywhere you want to check, Paola Mayfield, and then you will find me.
All right, fantastic. And again, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been an honor and a pleasure. And listen, I'm going to let you know right now, because meeting you and having you on the show, I will start watching 90 Day Fiancé on a regular basis. So you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Season 1. You made me a believer. So thank you very much.
You're not gonna regret it. I promise you. This show is like, it's gonna blow your mind, and it's gonna keep you even tweeting about it. Yeah.
I told my wife, I told Taylor, I said, what if we can fake it? Like we're not married, and yet I'm from another country or you're from another country, and we're trying to meet. Let's see if we can get them to fall for that.
They do normally a background for all of that, so and you are very famous, so it will be hard to fake it.
Say Dudleyville, somewhere overseas.
Right? Yeah, somewhere overseas. That's it.
Well, I'd like to hear that accent.
Well, Paola, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You take care
Thank
of
you for
yourself.
having me. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting you all, guys.
Thank you.
Nice
Pleasure
meeting
meeting
you.
you.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, darling. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
All
Yeah, she
right.
was
Oh
a
yeah,
nice
let's keep it
sweetheart.
like this. Oh.
I'm glad that she was on the show, and I was a little skeptical about having 90 Day Fiance, just reality show people on the show, because having dealt with some reality show people, it wasn't the best, and she opened the door for me to make me see otherwise. Now she was very pleasant.
First season, was by far my favorite.
Yeah.
So she's really cool, and I liked her realness, and she just went for what she wanted, and
Yeah, she
Hi,
did.
guys.
still does.
She was
There's
great.
Taylor.
Hey,
Thank
Taylor.
you.
My
So
internet went
awesome.
out.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, so Mo, did you happen to see NXT last night?
I was not watching live, but I saw clips and whatnot afterwards.
I mean, like I said, I'm going to go on record by saying it was a phenomenal show from opening to end. Really enjoyed it, and that was the first time I've ever been to an NXT show.
Nice.
I had never been to an NXT show because being on the main roster had me so tied up that I never really had a chance. And then, of course, when you're home, the last thing you want to do is watch a wrestling show for an hour. Not to say that I wouldn't be interested, but again, you have family time and things like that. So, and one of the greatest things is, I guess I can let the cat out of the bag now, is that I'll be back June 15th, back to work, but I'll be in NXT now as a coach and as a producer. So I'm very excited about that. A new journey. It's the same company, of course, but I'm just going from the main roster to NXT. And I was told that I felt that I would be, needed to help out the younger talent and, things like that. And when I went there to the show Tuesday, it was so refreshing to see the young people just so respectful, just so respectful, and walking up to you, introducing themselves, and asking advice about things and things like that, not thinking that they're better than the next person or thinking who they were. They were very, very pleasant to talk to, and they were just very, very just eager to learn. And I'm excited about going to NXT and working down there now.
How many of them asked you if you were lost?
A couple of them did.
Okay.
They're like, this ain't Raw or SmackDown. I said, no, I'm in the right place. Trust me. I am in the right place.
Just making sure. No, but that's great. Congratulations. I know, I assume Taylor's pretty excited to get you out of the house more often.
Well, no, because I'll be home, because remember, I'm only, what is that noise? I'm only 45 minutes away, 40 to 50 minutes away from the PC. So I'll be able to go home and go in my bed, which would be great because, again,
still a little bit of extra time for Taylor.
No, it would have been more time for Taylor if I was back on the road.
Yeah, because when he was on the road, he was gone days, and then would come back home. But now it's like working a 9 to 5.
It's been a long stretch, though, that he's been home with everything that's gone on in your lives. So, I mean, you got to take the little victories, Taylor.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, one of the things that just happened was I was just talking. I was like, you know what? I had the stroke, about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So I was out for that. Then, of course, the back gave me problems. So I had to deal with that. I've been out for that. I was like, well, damn. All of a sudden, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, my knees started messing with me, like, getting up, and I started feeling the pain. I was like, okay, don't you do it. Don't you dare. I was like, at least let me get 3 years on the road or 3 years back to work before you start going out on me.
And Taylor, what's next? Once he gets to take care of the knees, what's the next issue he has?
The hip.
The hip, okay.
No, you know what? The hip is from because we were talking to the doctors, because I got restless legs, and that's because of the nerve damage that I had in my back, and them fixing it. So, I'm on medication for that to help me to deal with until the nerves go back to where they're supposed to be, which is helping during rehabilitation. But I mean, other than that, I feel great for now. I get the cortisone shots in my knees, which is great. I get them done both at the same time. Stick one needle in, then stick the other one, push that liquid in there, and the next day I feel great.
No thanks.
But I know it's a Band-Aid, And listen, I'm not the only wrestler that does that. So I'm sure there are other wrestlers that that are getting cortisone shots not only just in their knees, but their shoulders and everywhere else. But in terms of the hip, it's a residual thing from the surgery. The doctor said that'll go away eventually. So I'm just waiting for it to go away.
So Taylor, the motion of the ocean will be back one day, is what he's saying.
Oh no, the motion's there. The motion hasn't left.
Oh, I can't wait to get you line dancing.
Oh,
Should have asked Paola about that one.
What, she lines dance?
Well, no, remember on the season 1 that she was on, her
I didn't see it.
husband, her fiance at the time brought her to a country bar, like a line dance bar, and she was like, "Oh, okay."
Why didn't
Like,
you ask that question?
you know, everybody in. I don't know.
Next
I was just
time.
listening
We'll ask
to her
it
talk.
next time. Listen,
I'm sure she'll come back.
somebody was asking all the questions.
I'm sorry. Well, somebody don't. Well, if you speak up, maybe.
I tried.
Well, you ain't try hard enough. If you didn't get, you got the 1 or 2 questions in.
Listen. It's been 3 weeks. I've lost my game because I'm really good at speaking up and asking questions usually. So
Yeah.
I thought I did a good job.
No, you did great.
Oh, thank you.
Anything else we need to cover before we wrap this up here?
I just want to say thank you for everybody who reached out to me to see if I was okay, and I'm fine, and I'm back.
All righty, fantastic. And I just want to say I just can't wait to get to NXT to help out those younger guys and to do what I'm doing.
Me
Like I said,
either.
I'm very excited. You indeed. Wait, did you say you need?
Me either. Yep.
Oh, you neither. I'm just excited about it. I mean, I really going down there, and it really, gave me a pump in the behind.
So what's your schedule going to be?
think about
Taylor
it.
was asking when I could hang out with her. What?
I'm trying to schedule a lot more like Amazon deliveries between a very specific window for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, blow my car. That's what I was asking. Yeah, I'm like,
Don't talk about Amazon deliveries, okay? Because I have a lot of those.
sensitive.
I have a lot
It's
of
a very
those.
sensitive subject for me.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's why
I'll
we're
wrap
at. That's
this
why
up
I'm
then,
asking.
so we don't, open up any more wounds in the Dudley household.